The Otherworld exploration event is in full swing, guys. In today's video, I'm gonna share with you 15 teams that can deal over 22 million damage on the Chaos Shadow bosses. Now, this is day 2 for my server, guys. I'm a bit late with this video. I really intended to do it for yesterday, but unfortunately, I've been caught up in some IRL stuff. This video is brought to you by Dragonheir Silent God, so I just want to say a big thank you to them for continuing to support the channel. And if you guys are new around here or you haven't tried Dragonheir Silent Gods just yet, you can download the game by using my link in the description down below or in the pinned comment or by scanning the QR code you see on the screen. Plus, like this, you get to help and support the channel, which I really appreciate. As I mentioned, guys, 15 teams that will get you over 22 million damage. Now, I do want to talk about a few mistakes that a lot of people are doing. If you are on my server, this video might be a bit late for you, but for the rest of you guys out there, it will help you to prepare ahead of the Otherworld event. So, step number 1. You do not need to level up every single character to level 100 or 95 or 90. You don't need to do that at all. The main thing that you need to do in the Otherworld event is get 22 million damage, call it a day. It doesn't matter if it's 22 on the dot. It's no point to get any more than that. So what I'm doing, I'm stopping my fights. Now, you don't need to have, rule number 2, step number 2, you don't need to have all of your characters rank to rank 5. No, rank 4 can work. In some cases, even rank 3, guys. So, how you may notice, I have a lot of characters leveled up. You see a lot of them at 90, a lot of them at 70. And guess what? All of them are being used in the Otherworld event. The characters that you see at 70, at 90. The ones that are at 100, probably I leveled some of them up during the season. So I haven't decided to use them in the Otherworld event. This is day 2 for my server, guys. How I mentioned at the beginning, I did not have 15 teams prepared yesterday. I've been super busy. So I managed to prepare 15 teams today. I had all of the characters ready to go, but you need to build them all and put them in teams. So that actually took me quite a few hours to do, you know. And just because I've missed yesterday not being with 15 teams, I dropped in ranking from top 50 to top 114. Yesterday, I just went in, did 6 teams, whatever I had built, and I called it a day because I've been super busy. But that shows you how hardcore some of the players are, you know. I don't really care. Top 150 is going to be good for me this season, or top 100. The main thing that I want to do is get as much Echo of Clepsydra as possible, you know. That's the main goal, basically. So let's quickly talk about teams. I'm going to have to basically teleport to a dungeon where I can actually select all of the teams to walk you through the builds and everything that we have going. I've created multiple teams for multiple elements, of course. The one element that I decided to only go with one team was the poison. So starting with the very first poison team, yes, these teams are not free to play, guys. I do have a lot of legendaries on my account, a lot of legendary artifacts, but I'm sharing you a lot of different teams that are using a lot of free to play characters. So you can mix and match. You can use your imagination and create your own teams rather than copy paste what you're seeing in here, you know. So this is the first team. This deals tons and tons of damage. Like, we're getting 200 million damage with this. It's pointless. We don't need more than that. So at 22 million, this is basically being done in like, I don't know, less than 60 seconds. I'm just closing the fight and call it a day. It's no point to do anything else but that. So this is kind of like what I have. The main thing that you guys need to know, the number 1 set that you should use is the Emperor set on all of your damage dealers, preferably. If you have 2-3 sets, you're gonna be set for the entire event. Of course, I do have 3 pieces of mythical gloves that deal additional damage. One of them is crit damage, 2 of them are crit rate, and that's it. My gear sucks so bad this season, guys. I've never had such bad gear since the beta like I have it this season. My runes are bad. Most of my gear is bad, you know. I just don't have enough pieces with crit rate, etc. But I decided to go and farm a lot of goblin and domains before to prepare ahead, and I haven't push too much gear farming because it's absolute now. It's no point for me to farm gear anymore. That's about it. It's game over with the gear, you know. So that is team number 1. Corrosion Rook is a beast. If you don't have a Rook, you can always use Sabrina, the rare character. I've done a different video on it, and I will do different videos on each one of these Chaos Shadow bosses, guys, and I'm gonna show multiple teams for each one of the elemental affinity bosses. Like this, it might be a bit more helpful for you guys to see them in full swing. Then I started with Necrosis. I have 3 teams for Necrosis. I got fortunate enough in season 3 to summon all of the 3 exclusives that we had in the banner, you know. So this is the second team. First for the Necrosis. That's what I was running before too. You can manual this and get crazy score if you want for the chief challenges, where you need to score higher, but it's pretty pointless in here, so I'm just gonna go on full auto. This again, 1 minute, it gets the damage that we need, and back out of there. How you may notice, I'm using Ihuicatl at level 70, just as an extra support healing. I don't need to stay alive for a long time. This team pumps in a lot of damage, so the main trick that you guys want to do is to team up the strongest DPS that you have, 1 or 2 of them, with very weak support. Like that, you're quickly gonna get 22 million damage. You're gonna call it a day. Strong support paired with weaker damage dealers. Like this, they're gonna stay alive enough to deal the 22 million damage without a problem. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Make sure you are using at least 1 or 2 Moonlight's sets, Moonlight's blessings. You know, you're getting increased healing on your characters when they're using their ultimate. If you don't have the craziest healers in each one of the teams, this will actually help quite a bit. But this is what we have as well. Emperor, Moonlights, some ancestral protections here and there. A lot of legendary artifacts, how I mentioned. I summoned so many dupes by now that I'm just pretty much collecting all the Pokédex for artifacts, you know. Then, the Lightning team, the very first Lightning team. I've done a different video for this team, guys, the other day, but I've used Nimbus instead of Yaknats in here. We do have Estella in the team. She's an absolute monster when we're talking about healing. She is such a good epic character now. And this is what we have in terms of builds. I actually purchased this artifact today because I got a dupe. Can't even remember who it was. I got a different dupe yesterday, and I was able to purchase this artifact for my Dauntless characters. I have no Dauntless legendaries except Sura. I haven't decided to use her this time around. I do have the Harpy Snail on him. Probably the Eyeball of the Giant will still give you very good damage, so there's no need to go out of your way to level up this artifact, you know. This as well is Ghost Captain's Hook. Is a nice artifact, but again, it's not really gonna get us much value in this fight, you know, because he might not even get damaged on the board, you know. Then, moving over to the Necrosis team, the second one. Right here we have Adri at level 70. Let me just equip the gear because it's easier like this to see what we have on. So I have Adri at level 70. I have Zadok at level 90. I have Questa at level 90, and she is the tank too. So she tanks the fight. She's not even the damage dealer. She's kind of like a hybrid. You see, she has 2k defense, 50k HP, decent attack. Then we have Joyce, of course, on an Emperor set, but he's at level 90. He's only rank 4. He's not even rank 5, you know. And I feel like a few of them are like that too. Then we have Thorin. He is at level 99. He's a good healer. He helps, of course, my Questa to stay alive a bit better, and he's giving her some tankiness from his build, which makes tanking easier for her at level 90. Then the third team for the Necrosis, guys. This is loaded with legendaries in here, and how you may notice, we have Gaiolair at level 95. A lot of them are not scrolled, by the way. A lot of these characters are not scrolled because I don't have scrolls for everybody, but they're still getting the job done. Zadok at 99. We have Ripcast at 99. He's the tank in here on an Ancestral. Then we have Gulende. He's on a Emperor set. And we have Sharlash on an Emperor set as well. These are the artifacts that we have on. It really depends by the team. I'm always changing artifacts around to try and maximize the damage. Then the second team for the Lightning Element, guys. Level 70, level 90, rank 4, level 95, level 90, level 99. You don't need your characters leveled up too high because it's pointless, you know? You're not gonna get any benefit from beating the 22 million damage. You're just gonna waste your own time, basically. So this is what we have in terms of gear, guys. In terms of artifacts, of course, a guide to magic by Elminster, the best artifact for shield characters. We have Viola to put defense down. We have Revatrix Roots on him. We have the pipe organ on Vanny, and of course Nimbus has the Great River Lamp. The third team for the lightning, this is going in with Thunderbolt. So this is the only exclusive I summoned in season 2. And I have Zephy, we have Megan, level 90 rank 4, level 70 rank 4. The rest of them are level 90 rank 5. And I think they've dealt like a stupid amount of damage, 40 plus million, or maybe I stopped it before that. But the gear sets are always the same, guys. Emperor, Moonlight, and that's about it. Maybe an Ancestral Protection here and there if we have room for it, you know? These are the artifacts that we have equipped. I would say the main key artifacts that you need: Witch's Remains, Rift Hourglass. You're gonna want to get the Revatrix Roots, which comes from Season 2 from the Feymander. And you're gonna want to have the gem that comes from the Pillar of Trials as a healing one. Is a very good one. And Gatekeeper Staff is nice. Pipe Organ can be very nice on some niche characters to increase the attack on the rest, you know. But that's what we have for this. Then moving on to the fire team, guys. This is the very first fire team that we are running. We have 2 wild, we have 1 burn. Right here you can mix and match, okay? So if you don't have Victor, Dane can fill in the role. If you don't have Casper, you can use in any different wild character and you're easily gonna hit 22 million. It doesn't matter if they're the rare characters, if you have Foley as the epic, if you have Tunnelden, you're going to smash this boss. Like, my healer in this team is at level 70, and that is Liko. Liko's healing is only on the battle skill, guys. And I only have 1 Moonlight set on this team. And the team is still staying alive to deal over 22 million damage. The main thing that you kind of want to prioritize as well is to deal fast damage in a short amount of time. That basically relieves some of the stress that you need to put on support characters for the team, you know. But again, the same artifacts being used. I do have this Flame Tongue for the wild characters. Now, I've seen Casper going crazy today, guys. 1.5 million hit per ultimate. I was mind blown. I couldn't believe that he's dropping so much damage. Honestly, that was like just insane seeing him to do so much damage. I never saw him dropping so much damage. Then the second fire team again is a wild. Here we use the Ardrat. I do have a Huldork, but he's not scrolled, so he's basically going to mess around a bit with the boss. We have Rash at rank 4, not scrolled either. Rash deals like 500k plus per hit. Tunnelden is the real superstar of the show in this team. Foley will apply defense down, and Ardrat will keep all this team alive without a problem, guys. And you're gonna score tons and tons of damage with this team. Of course, if you have the Moonlight's Blessing mythical gear, is gonna be very helpful. And if you are here already, if you're farming this, you should have mythical gear. If you don't have mythical gear, unfortunately, you are doing something wrong in the game. You're wasting your stamina on different things that you shouldn't, and you're not looking to do the right dungeons and stuff, you know. So you should shift a bit your priorities for the future seasons. Then wild, super powerful. Then we have the third fire team, guys, and that is probably my weakest team. And the reason why I'm saying it is because I just don't have enough healing, and it's just the way I'm positioning the characters. It's pretty annoying because she's gonna have to run at the boss 1 tile in the front, and her ultimate covers the shield just like this next to her. So if they're gonna be at a bigger distance than a tile, they're not gonna get the shield, and they're not gonna be able to get healed by Adolphus, you know. But either way, it does 22 million damage. It's definitely gonna do a bit more. Anyway, if he dies at 22, is perfect because it saves me time. I don't have to back out of the fight. But this is what we have. We have Biggs with Wishes Remains. He's one of the best burn activators after Carf, if you don't have the legendary version. Then we have Arasis. Tons of damage, of course. Give him the Ravatrix Roots. He will gain a lot of HP as well easily. He's going to stay alive without a problem as well. Then we have Duram. Not fully scrolled. He still needs the cooldown here. I scrolled him actually last season. I haven't done anything to him this season because I just used him for the very first time now. And Adolphus, again, only rank 4. I don't need to do anything crazier on him. Then I feel like the easiest teams, guys, are the ice teams. Because you can just make 2 ice blast teams that are really, really powerful. And they will just completely obliterate the boss. Like right here, you can take Zadok out if you don't have him. And just bring in any other ice character or poison character to make the 5-man elemental affinity team. And is basically job done. Yes, I do have the Queen's Fang for Zorak, guys. We have the Ravatrix Roots on him. And Pipe Organ on Bladin because we have Vorash to apply defense down. Then the gear set's literally the same. What I've done, I just moved the gear set from a team to another, to another, to another, to another, and every now and then a character has something different. The second Ice Blast team. This right here is actually even crazier because we're using a level 1 character. It's just there to fill in the 5-man elemental affinity. Gertin will do absolutely disgusting damage. Now I'm going to show you all the results for each one of the teams. I stopped most of them at 22 million, but you're going to get an idea on what sort of damage they can do, you know. And how you may notice, he's only level 1. He doesn't have runes or artifact. I just gave him some tankier gear so he survives a bit longer. So the multi-hits that are coming from the boss won't focus only on one character. It spreads around a bit more. Then, of course, we have the new legendary that was the guaranteed in Season 3, guys. I forgot her name right now. She shields, and that's basically what she does. Together with Hexandra, I'm going to have enough healing for this team to go pretty much till the end of the fight. You have, of course, Sheena putting the defense down, dealing a bit of damage too, but the main thing comes from Gertin, you know, and she's going to absolutely blast the boss. Then, moving over to Radiance, guys. I was really prepared to build 3 ice teams to bring in a frost one because I have a few characters leveled up. But then I was like, you know what? I still need to make 3 characters from level 1 to whatever, and I can just go in with another Necro team better. So I've done that instead. This one right here is the first Radiance team. We are using Garius, a massive carry, and I do have 4 damage dealers. Yes, I don't need more than that in terms of support. Garius will get the job done. Now, he has, of course, a Puppeteer set. I do have Welby built completely different, guys, because I just took the gear that I had on Rose before and placed it on him to get the accuracy so he applies defense down for the other damage dealers. Just so I don't waste too much time on constantly looking around for different gear. And this team is more than enough. Now, on Hedgeo, I do have the Flute of the King artifact, which is for rally. Very, very effective. Gatekeeper Staff, Pipe Organ is actually being used on a lot of characters. So it definitely skyrocketed quite a bit in value for me since last season. And the Eyeball of the Giant. Then the second Radiance team, we actually went in with Aura. How I did mention, I managed to summon all of the exclusive characters in Season 3. So I have... I'm on Leda as well. I purchased this legendary artifact today as well. So like this, I have the Aura artifact too because I wasn't really sure what I'm gonna give her to increase a bit the damage, you know. The good thing about her, she doesn't require crit rate, so you can build her with as much crit damage as possible and get a lot of damage. We are using Theohane with the Ravatrix Roots. She's actually pretty effective too. And the third Aura hero, guys, I wasn't really sure who to put in, so I just took the first one that I saw in front of my eyes and I just brought him into the team. There are different epic characters that can get the job done. You don't need actually any of these legendaries from the Aura to get to 22 million damage. Not at all. The reason why I kept them is because maybe for the new boss, they might be effective. And just to have the better versions leveled up just in case so I don't need to level up different characters. But he's not scrolled. I went in and scrolled her today, actually. I had like 8 scrolls on the side. and I chuck them all in her, because this team initially struggled a bit with the damage. We have Quarian as the healer, guys. He is on a Puppeteer set. We have Alminster on 2 different sets. The main thing right here, how you may notice, I'm not using the mythical piece that gives me stun immunity and reduces my ultimate energy. I'm going in with resistance on all of my characters for the Radiance boss, guys, which is kind of like the ancient battlefield boss, because he's gonna stun one of my characters, and I don't want nobody to get stunned. So I want to make sure that they are constantly on point with when they're using their ultimates. I'm not messing around with that. So you want to have resistance. Welby has resistance as well. How you may notice right here, this was the build with resistance. So that's another reason why I haven't built Welby for damage, just because I missed mentioning that at the beginning. Then we have the last Radiance team right here, and this again has some big boy characters in here. We have Filto, we have Alton in here with Caitlyn. They will always have Rally, the 3 paired together, very, very effective. Rose, just to put defense down, and we have Gillian to support a bit and tank on the boss. But that's what we have in terms of my 15 teams for the Chaos Shadow bosses, guys. These are the artifacts that we used on, just in case if any of you guys missed it. A lot of characters at level 90, a lot of characters at level 70, and how I mentioned, I still got 22 million easily on each one of the difficulties, on the bosses rather than difficulties. So let me just quickly go to the Sea of the Dead. Let's go to one of the bosses. Let's have a quick look at what sort of alliance bonuses I have active. So we don't have them all just yet. We have HP, attack, defense up, accuracy, resistance, attack speed, enlightenment. No skill haste just yet. Hopefully we're going to unlock that soon as well. That's how we're looking with Alliance Exploration for the moment. And if we are heading over right here, Challenge Record, these are all of my teams. So this Necro team went all the way to the end, 45 million damage. This Ice Blast went probably all the way to the end or close to the end, 61 million damage. Look at that, crazy, right? Then the second Ice Blast team, I stopped it myself when I noticed that we reached 23 million damage. And that was approximately every single team doesn't go in more than 2.5 minutes. At 2.5 minutes, I'm reaching 22 million with pretty much every single team that we have here. Then the first Necrosis as well, or the second Necrosis team went pretty well, 22 million damage. This one as well took like 60 seconds, 23 million damage. This was the one that struggled the most to reach the damage, you know. I think they actually died at this score. I don't think I stopped it myself, the burn team. And that's mainly how I mentioned because of the tank. I can always remove Isolde and bring in some different healer. And that's going to get the job done. Then we have this wild team. I stopped it myself, 22 million damage. This one right here went a bit more than that, 31 million damage. This poison team went on for literally 60 seconds. 60 seconds more or less, and we got 87 million damage. It's just insane. The Thunderbolt went as well for like 2.5 to 3 minutes. Then we have the Dauntless team right here, 30 million. The second Dauntless team, 44 million. The Aura team, 30 million. The Rally team with Welby, 22.9. And the other one, 22.6. You don't need more than 22, guys. You stop it, you get it done. But just so you guys can actually see it right here, used, and is actually working. All of those teams that I showed you, they are actually putting in the work, you know. But that was all for this video, guys. I just kind of like wanted to walk you through my 15 teams, give you guys some different examples. You might be able to mix and match your characters. If you don't have what I have, just use different characters that I haven't used. You know, there are tons of awesome rare characters that you can use from all of these elements that will bring in a lot of extra damage, or if not rare, epics. You know, like he's pretty awesome for a burn. You have Dane, which is amazing for a burn. You have Durkaraz, amazing as a frost character. You know, you have Lyle, amazing as a burn character. Then you have Different characters that can put in serious work. Rowena, crazy good damage for a Frost. Together with Rava and with Dorkaras, easy 22 million damage with the right support, you know. You have Tia that can be used as well. Even Izitarian can actually be used now. He's not bad, you know. Then you have different shadow characters that I haven't used, and they will be effective as well. Gladros, good support too that I haven't used this time around. Narzila, very good with Carrot for Aura teams, you know. Replace the 2 legendaries that I had in mind, and bang, you've got yourself a 22 million team. Catherine, I haven't even used her as a healer. And there's so many other characters that I haven't used this time around, guys. Like, just look at all of them. How many there left here? Garion, decent healer. You have Vikak, decent healer as well. This is for Corrosion. Gregory, not the best. I wouldn't use him, to be honest. But I would use Sabrina, you know. I haven't used Nida. Crazy good wild character. I haven't used Bronwyn. Crazy good wild character. Replace the legendaries that I used. Casper and Rash. And bang, you're going to have yourself 2 different 22 million damage teams. Percival, good for the burn. Replace my Duram with Percival, and bang, you're still going to get 22 million damage. I'm just giving you guys different examples. You know, you have Usha right here, which is amazing. Gulal can be used as well for decreased attack if you need that extra push. Nord, level him up instead of one of the legendary characters, and get that job done, guys. Now, for the rally and the rest, there are not that many characters. You do have a rare aura character that can be used as well. Irina, not a bad character to deal a decent amount of damage. Sabrina, I would strongly suggest you to use her instead of Rook if you don't have it. The best way to deal with that boss is with a Corrosion team. Even if you don't have Rook and you just have the Epics plus Sabrina, go in. You're going to smash the 22 million damage without a problem, guys. How I mentioned, that was all for the video. Let me just quickly show you my Psychic Core as well, because I think this is the second time I'm telling you this was all for the video. That's what I am with my Psychic Core at the moment. Not max just yet, but pretty close to get it done. And I'm just going to prioritize to get the damage reduction done by the time we get to the end game boss, and that will be it, you know. This is how my server looks at the moment. I am worried about this elemental preparation and the adventure preparation, but I think they've implemented a daily cap into it, so they've basically inflate the points to ensure that the server will complete this without a problem. Much love. Thanks again to Dragonheir for sponsoring today's video, and if you guys want to get involved, head over to the link in the description down below, or in the pinned comments, or scan the QR code you see on the screen, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.